Okay, so we have a new evolution. By the way, I was actually at a game yesterday, the Arsenal game. I can't believe I'm actually editing the video now. So if you want to see that match day vlog, make sure you check out my second channel. I'll put the link, well, top left over there. So you just click on that right now if you want to go to my second channel where you can see the vlog of the game if you're really interested in that. Now, when we go over to the Gladiator, now this is a very interesting evolution. You know, take on all opponents and rule the Colosseum. Give your qualifying play, should I say rather, play a boost to shooting and defense and the low driven shot and intercept playstyles. Now, what's to note here? It's not the playstyle plus, it's the regular playstyles. Very, very interesting because also you can see here the requirement is overall 89, pace 93, and dribbling 90. Now, this is the thing. So you can see there's a lot of players that could be in contention, maybe even existing players that you do have. Now, unfortunately, you don't get the pace. I was hoping maybe there'll be a pace upgrade. This way we can combine it with the evolutions before. But you could argue, what's the harm of evolving? Let's say, for example, someone that's 85 rated, right? I'll give you a quick example. Let's say someone like this, right? And let's say I was, maybe not him because you've already done him. I hate how it backs you out. You know, I wish there was a way where you could probably do multiple evolutions, at least maybe two evolutions of the same player. I think that would be a really good idea. Maybe you can keep one in your club, but I think something like that would be really cool. But, you know, I was thinking with this evolution, this is why this is why I said to you, wait. So let's say we put this on someone who is like 83 rated, you can see. They only really go to 84. So when I'm saying the Gladiator, this could have been another combination that could have worked out. And then we have the 5-star, which came out yesterday, which is fine. But that's what I'm saying with this become immortal. I don't know why people are just rushing, but with it become mortal, there could be a technical ability here where we can actually include Gladiator. So let's say it must include Gladiator, and let's say, for example, become immortal. I'm just going to remove become immortal number 2. Or let's say, maybe it's not loaded yet. Hopefully it's loaded yet. But you see like Gladiator. So what I'm trying to say is, look, do you see how you could have used Inform McTominay? I know he's extinct. But you could then put a Gladiator on him, which, bearing in mind, he is a free evolution. You could have used a Gladiator as a free evolution to then combine them up. But as I said, you know, it depends on what stats. Look, of course, it depends on a player. But this is why I said wait. A lot of people just seem to really rush. And look, you can even max out all the way and you get someone like this. So, again, I will reiterate, I don't know why people just don't listen. It's not like I'm explaining something rocket science. Now, if you messed up, I'll be honest, it's completely your fault. And I understand the argument is, look, okay, maybe there's a chance the stats equal out the same way. And I completely understand that. You might say, so we're going to duplicate this, and we're just going to show you a quick example. So for McTominay here, let's say we compare, we're just going to compare this one, the 92, and that is the one without the Gladiator. And let's say we just compare this one. I believe it's the same path, if I'm not mistaken, or roughly the same path anyway. But look, we'll just compare the stats, right? And as you can see, look, there is a slightly big difference. I'm not too sure the paths are exactly the same, but that is why it's worth waiting, because you could have got a much better player defensively and attacking. And that is why these evolutions are not to be rushed. From what we know from EA historically speaking, they are very deliberate in how they do these, and they normally reward people who wait longer. So that is why, as I've said in the beginning, there's no need to do this. Look, guys, I don't understand why everyone is hastily doing this. There's no need. But let's say for this evolution, let's just say for some God knows what reason you've rushed, this could be a very good combination evolution. I don't think it's one to really be used. Look, there is a few players like Eto, but I don't think it's really worth upgrading. I think if you have a center mid, so I'm going to have a quick look at my team. So, for example, don't forget you're getting the defending, and then you're getting also one of the key benefits of this, actually, thinking about it now, is that it can be a center back as well. So a lot of you guys may have some older center back evolutions that you could actually put. Like, I got Van de Ven. Okay, so he's of course higher rated, so I can't put him in. But just behind the camera, can you imagine what's Kunde's rating? He's 90 rated. So you can see like 89. I think hopefully by a few weeks time it would be about 90. But let's say for example Diego Dalot, right? So you can see, look, I can actually tank him up. So where I see this evolution, look at that Diego Dalot card actually. That is actually pretty much insane. Don't forget this card can play in centre back also. So this is actually a very good combination evolution. So I would say look in your existing team. You can see, for example, I've got Archie Gray here. I've done him some time ago, but now I can make his defending 91. So I'm not really too concerned here about the playstyles, which I believe they give it. The intercept is very good, but the low-driven playstyle, I'm not necessarily that worried about. But you're only getting a +1 overall. So you can see now how this evolution has now changed your choices for Friday. And that is why, again, I said wait till 11. You know, I'm actually going to wait until Sunday. Maybe that's probably pushing it, probably a bit too late. But at least when I do everything on Sunday, I know I haven't missed out. Because you see, some of these players during Team of the Season, in a few weeks' time, they're going to be outdated. I would rather get a higher rated card that's going to last a very long time. So for this Gladiator, I'll be honest, I would say don't even do anyone. I know there's a few players here. This expires sometime. You can see it expires on the 23rd. That's after the first week of course, Team of the Season. But this is a very unique one. You can make some players very attacking, very defensive. You can see for Mateus Cunha, I can increase his shooting. Even that Rashford card that I've done as well, I can increase his shooting as well. And you're not actually putting any playstyle pluses on, which is actually a benefit. People say it's not, but you can see this Tonali, a bit outdated. I wouldn't want to put a select Tonali, although he's one of my favorite players. He's just too slow right now. You see, even when he's got a high sprint speed of 88, for me, he's too slow. At this stage of the game, when Team of the Season is around the corner, he's just too slow. And that is why I've not evolved him. I've left him as is. I bought that Tonali card when the game came out. But you can see there's so many other cards. And Panzer, you can actually connect it to him. So I think if you have that centre back in your team, I would say this is where this evolution, or CDM, I would say this is where this evolution will thrive. So I definitely wouldn't recommend rushing to go and do this. I would say just take your time. I'm going to have a quick look here. Evolutions 1. So we've got Cunha. What about Evolutions 2? So we've got a few players there. We also got Mateus Nunes, which I think will be another very good reason to put him on. I can then get 92 shooting. I could also do Martinelli, which is actually not a bad idea. Martinelli, because his shooting isn't the best. What a performance he had yesterday as well. So again, with this evolution, I think it's a very good one for both the defensive end or the attacking end, to be used on attacker to improve their stats, or CDM or defender. That's what I'd recommend. Now, don't forget my vlog if you are interested in Arsenal. I'm going to go for a post-match analysis as well. Link is down below in the description. Nil Guides 2 should be uploaded right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.